Self-mastery secrets. How to unlock unlimited inner power. Welcome everybody. I am the one they call Shadow. Back at it once again with another Shadow cast. We're going to talk about inner power today. How to master yourself. And I'm just going to have to tap in and channel from the ancestors and give y'all this message right here. So let's chop it up. And this is something that I have to talk about from my own personal experiences and from my own personal observation of life and what I've seen in the world. You're looking at examples of really powerful individuals who've done amazing things with their life. Let's take the first person that comes to mind right now, who to me has an enormous amount of inner power, is David Goggins, right? The guy who's, he wrote a book called Don't Hurt Me, or You Can't Hurt Me, sorry. You Can't Hurt Me, Can't Hurt Me. So this is a Navy SEAL. He used to be in Navy SEALs, and his story is how he started from adversity and through sheer force of will battled through his life's adversities to become an amazing individual. And he talks about the fact that even in today's times, it's easy to be extraordinary. It's easy to be better than average because so many people are average. You know, you can just try a little bit and you're doing more than the average person. But what is it that gives them that drive, right? He talks about, certain points like how he takes souls, like taking souls, like looking at an adversary and taking their soul and using their, when he's competing against them, or it may be his enemy, he takes their soul once he smells the doubt in them or the fear in them, and he can take advantage of that, take their soul. But how did he develop those skills? He had to go through hell. And he talks about, battling his demons and everything like this. But I believe it's one word that got him to where he has so much inner power, unlimited amounts of inner power, unlocking unstoppable inner power, because he's truly unstoppable. You can't stop that man. He's been broken. He's been beat down. He's had to go through time and time again, training and different things after failing many times, but he always got back up. He had this dog in him that just would not give up. It is one word that I believe that he had. He doesn't really say this word, but I'm going to share what that one word is later on. But you can see it in him. You can see it in his eyes. He believes in himself. But how did he get that belief in himself? He talks about callousing the mind. You build confidence by taking small steps at a time, small victories, and stacking those victories up like Legos. And the more small victories you build, the more momentum that you get, and the more drive that you get, and the more confidence in yourself that you acquire after those little small victories. You know what I'm saying? So that produces inner power. But you have to believe in yourself before you even try to go for that inner power, right? Other people that I look up to who had this thing that I'm gonna say. I spoke about him earlier, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has an unstoppable inner power about himself. He went out and said he's going to do great things. He said he's going to be the greatest selling artist of all time, and he actually did that shit. It's that one thing, that one secret sauce, that secret thing that allowed him to have that unstoppable inner power. And that one secret is what I believe help him unlock, the self-mastery, you know what I'm saying, to become a person like Michael Jackson, because it takes hours and hours of countless practice on your craft, right? To be a good performer, you have to practice. He practices dance moves. I'm pretty sure hours upon hours of practicing his dance moves, hours upon hours of practicing his craft as a singer, as a vocalist, as a producer, as a songwriter. He's logging in hours and hours and hours and hours in the camp. Same thing with Jay-Z, an extraordinary individual with a lot of inner power, and he's self-mastery to the point to where he's a billionaire. You can look at people like 50 Cent. People shitted on him. People didn't believe in him. It was Murder Inc. was trying to destroy him while he was on the come up. They were afraid of this man because of his potential. They were scared of his potential. And all he was doing was trying to come up, because he came from poverty in the streets, and he was just trying to come up. And so he had to first conquer himself, because I'm sure he had doubts in his mind dealing with the extreme level of hardship that he had to get through growing up in the hood in New York. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Jay-Z. Enormous amounts of adversity that they had to face in order to become the men that they are today. They all had this one thing that I'm going to share with you. You got great jazz legends that I look up to, like Michael Brecker, right? John Coltrane. Both of these men. I look up to these men because I know how much work it takes to first of all, just be a baseline saxophone player. You got to go through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to just get a basic skill on a saxophone. But they took it to such a higher level that most other saxophone players can't reach that. You have to be able to cross that desert of greatness to get to just their level one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still working on that, because my journey, I'm working on being good to becoming great on the saxophone. But I took on the extra responsibility also being a dope-ass music producer, a dope-ass songwriter, and a dope-ass multi-genre music artist, right? Because I set the vision that I wanted to become the greatest, multi-talented music artist. You know what I'm saying? And I just told you the word, right? I just told you the one word that all these men had that allowed them to first overcome themselves, overcome their own fears, overcome their own doubts, overcome adversity, overcome the world telling them they ain't shit, to overcoming everybody not believing in them, finally getting to a point to where they finally believe in themselves, and then getting to a point to where the whole world believed in them because they already had it in their heart that they believed in themselves. They had to build up and cultivate that over time. I said that one word that I'm talking about, that one concept that I'm talking about is vision. That's the secret to unlock self-mastery and unstoppable inner power, is vision. It takes vision. You got to have a vision in your mind of what it looks like for you to be who you want to be, the success you want to have. You got to have vision. And you have to crystallize that vision to where that shit looks like a 4K movie in your mind, right? The whole scene, how you look, what you're doing, what you're wearing, how you feeling, who you with, what's the environment, what's the setting, in vivid detail to the point to where you can feel it like you was already there. The vision is what you need. That's the secret. Why? Because when shit gets hard, you need an anchor point. You need an anchor point to zero in on and focus on, to pull you. because there's going to be days when you don't feel like it. It's going to be days when you're not motivated. It's going to be days when you're not inspired. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be days when you don't feel like being disciplined, because it takes discipline to do the shit that is needed for you to become successful day in and day out. It takes discipline. But in my opinion, before you even develop the discipline, you have to have a strong desire that comes from that vision. That vision is like, it's calling you. It's calling you. You seen it. It's like you was there already. And so you traveled in the future to that vision that you saw in your mind, and now it's pulling you. It's pulling you. It's like, come on, come on. You fall down. That vision is pulling you. Get back up. Get back up. You know what I'm saying? You go through adversity. You lose all your friends. Come on. You can do it. You'll get some more friends. Get up. We ain't there yet. How the world looks, how your current reality looks, doesn't match this yet. So we got more work to do. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep on coming. Keep on coming. Come on. Come on. You know what I'm saying? You get your heart broke. You still ain't at the vision yet. The vision is still in your mind. It's technical. Come on. It's pulling you. It'll pull you when everything else is trying to hold you back and stop you. Things may stop you temporarily. You may have a temporary defeat, but if you live it in that vision of what it looks like, regardless of what 3D reality looks like, regardless of what 3D reality looks like around you, you know, this shit around you has to catch up to the 5D vision that you have, that you hold on to. You know, you have to have it creates a frequency. It creates a frequency. And it may not be tangible at the moment, but you keep on putting energy into it. You keep on putting energy into it, it becomes a thought form. And then you fuel it with emotion. You fuel it with emotion, and it starts to crystallize. And you get other people involved into it. Now other people are attracted to you because you become magnetic because of the vision that you have been crystallizing. And like I've said before, it becomes it's a frequency first, right? Then, you know what I'm saying, it becomes you attach emotion to it. Then it becomes a thought. Then it becomes a thought form. Then, you know what I'm saying, the intention of it, you know what I'm saying, it starts to form. It starts to collapse. You know what I'm saying? The more you keep holding on to that frequency, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Now it's affecting all of your actions. And like I've said before, your actions line up to your intentions, and your intentions line up to your feelings, and your feelings line up to your thinking, and your thinking lines up to your frequency. So this started out as a frequency, as a vision. We'll call this vision a frequency. And it becomes so strong, it outweighs the old frequencies that may be surrounding you from your past or from your present that you created that don't serve you anymore. And this will become stronger. And this all started as a vision. And it'll compel you to take the proper action. It'll compel you to do the right things, the right actions, meet the right people. It'll command the universe to bring miracles and situations and opportunities into your life that you didn't even see, that you can't even think of. This is what now we tapping into the unified field, the overmind, the all mind, right? It all started as a vision, and you had to feed that vision into the universe, and you hold on to it. These are what all these men had. I'm sure David Goggins had a vision. I believe he talked about watching Rocky when he was on his come up, when he was like down and out, depressed. He had got divorced, he was overweight, he was dead in a job. And it was something about watching Rocky, the scene where Rocky kept getting up after getting knocked down. And he was like, I think I can do that. That was a vision. He held up. That was the formulation of a vision. And that vision helped him create the inner desire, the motivation, the inspiration, the self-validation, the courage. Everything came from that vision. And that vision will, if you have, because I believe in a lot of the things that are talked about in books like Think and Grow Rich, right? Great book. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, right? He talks about a concept called sexual transmutation, right? And it's specifically for men. This is a technique that's specifically for men where you, instead of fucking all the time or watching porn or, doing all that shit to deplete your energy, you hold on to it. Takes a lot of discipline. And I'm not saying totally abstain. If you got a great sex life, continue having sex. But if you're able to hold that, if you tell your girlfriend, hey, I'm gonna store up some energy, right? Boxers do this a lot. Fighters do this a lot. They'll tell their girlfriend or the women that they're seeing, hey, I'm training for this fight. I'm not gonna have sex for about a month while I'm training. Their girlfriends and their wives or whatever gonna be mad. But when that motherfucker come out that fight and win, he had all that energy that he stored up, all that masculine sexual energy that he redistributed into his creativity, into his craft, got him the title. He won the fight because he redistributed all that sexual energy. That's powerful for men to do that. That takes vision. To have the discipline to use a technique of sexual transmutation from a man's perspective, it takes discipline to do that. You got to have a vision of what your victory and your success is going to look like to make it worth it. Because let's be honest, it has to be worth it to stop fucking for a while so you can get some attainable goal. You got to have a clear vision and desire for that thing. And it's got to be so strong that you're willing to use a technique like sexual transmutation to abstain from having sex as a man for a prolonged period of time until you get what you want. And then, once you get what you want, hey, we back at it. I'm banging it out. Once again, shortest be happy about that. But things like that, right? To have unstoppable inner power, to use a technique like that to manifest your desires, to build your craft, to become wealthy. Napoleon Hill talks about sexual transmutation as a means, as a vehicle to become rich, to become wealthy, which is what I am believing in. I believe that I'm worth $1 billion. I'm worth $1 billion. There's a version of me that has $1 billion right now, that has the life of my dreams, that has the woman of my dreams, that has the house of my dreams, the car, all that shit, all those material things. Yes, I'm worthy of them. I'm tired of spiritual motherfuckers get on here and talk about how, it's not cool to want material things. Yes, it is, motherfucker. It is cool. You deserve that shit. Don't you think you deserve that? Don't you think that you're worthy of that? You're being humble. Fuck that. You're worthy of having all those things. Bump that. I used to be like that. I'm not like that no more. Don't you think you're worthy to have all those things? You're worthy to be happy. You're worthy to have those desires that you want. You're worthy to take them as a man. Absolutely. Take them. You know what I'm saying? But all that, harnessing all these concepts and these techniques to gather the strength and the determination and the discipline to have unlimited, unstoppable inner power is self-mastery, because this is a journey of self-mastery. The secret is vision. Vision. You got to have vision. It starts with a vision and your desire for that vision, a strong enough desire to go for it and take it. Go from just wanting it to actually having it and believing that it's already yours. This money is mine. This house is mine. Girl, this pussy is mine. I deserve this. I have this. I know that all of this I created this reality. It's mine. And I will have it. If you have an unstoppable inner power, it's only a matter of time. But you got to have a vision of what that looks like first. So yes, this has been another Shadowcast. I am the one they call Shadow, leader of the Shadow Riders Army. Back at it once again. And I got to do my plugs. If you need a song from me, if you need me to get on your record and make that shit blow all the way up, I have a service for you. I'll get on the song and do saxophone, I'll do vocals, and I'll even help you promote the song for a very modest fee. If you would like my help to jump on your record and make it go all the way up, link in the description. Also, if you would like to buy my music directly from me without having to just depend on streaming platforms to play my joints, you can get my digital album bundle directly from me from $10, only $10, link in the description. And if you would like to join my community, which I call the Shadow Riders Army, a group of like-minded individuals who believe in concepts of the occult, self-mastery, self-development, enlightenment, you know what I'm saying? People who think outside the box, the black sheep, the chosen ones, the outcasts, you know what I'm saying? People with spiritual gifts, empaths, you know what I'm saying? People with clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, people that just don't, you know, you guys are on a higher elevation, but you know society really don't accept you, and you're looking for a group that will, we're here for you. On top of that, I'm the leader. So I'm here for you. We got dope ass music, you know what I'm saying? You can also get discounts on merch, early access to releases, live stream events, private meet and greets, and a whole lot more. For less than a cup of coffee, you can join Shadow Riders Army for $10, link in the description. Once you join, I want to say welcome to the family in advance because I know you're going to love it. But that's all I got for today, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You know what I'm saying? Self-mastery secrets. How to unlock unstoppable inner power. I know you guys love that. I'm Shadow, leader of the Shadow Riders Army. Signing out. Peace.